Tonight, our special transmission as Israel blocks 2,500 Palestinians from Hajj pilgrimage. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Zahra Sayed. Today is the 253rd day since Israel started targeting Palestinians incessantly. Since early morning, at least 20 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli raids across the Gaza Strip. The Israeli army continues its incursions in southern and central Gaza. It is also targeting Rafah with helicopter gunships, drones, and warplanes. The military says its 162nd Division is operating in Rafah. The 99th Division is active in central Gaza. Soldiers report killing Hamas fighters and discovering weapons and tunnel openings. An Israeli airstrike on a house in southern Lebanon has resulted in 2 deaths and 7 injuries. The strike occurred in East Lebanon's port city of Tyre. This follows the Israeli army's proposal to conclude its offensive in Rafah and redirect efforts towards southern Lebanon. The death toll from Israel's war is staggering. At the time of writing, at least 37,232 Palestinians have been killed. A revised report by the United Nations estimates another 10,000 civilians are buried under the rubble. 85,037 Palestinians have been injured. Israel faces accusations of genocide at the International Court of Justice. The top court has ordered Tel Aviv to halt its Rafah operations. More than 1 million displaced Palestinians are seeking refuge in the city. A 12-year-old Palestinian boy has been released by Israeli forces after being abducted at the Netzarim Junction checkpoint in Gaza. The boy has been taken to the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital and remains in critical condition. He is unable to speak freely due to the fear and suffers from malnutrition. The boy has detailed a harrowing picture of an Israeli soldier with a gun. The duration of his captivity remains unclear. Israel's top military official has met with his counterpart from Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, the UAE, and Egypt, alongside the United States CENTCOM. The secret meeting took place this week. Reports say General Herzi Halevi's meeting coincides with the United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken's announcement of forthcoming Gaza security plans. Blinken will be proposing governance, security, and reconstruction strategies for Gaza in the coming weeks. The Biden administration has sought Arab allies' involvement. The U.S. potentially wants to deploy peacekeepers until Palestinian Authority can resume control in Gaza. Bahrain's hosting of the meeting signaled its willingness to engage actively in post-war planning. Qatar's representatives remained absent from the talks. This comes despite Qatar hosting Israeli military officials previously. The country has also played a vital part in ceasefire negotiations. US-based news website Axios reports the meeting has been kept secret because of a perceived backlash of Arab governments dealing with Israel during its war. Yemen-based Houthi group has aired purported confessions from individuals they claim are part of a US-Israeli spy network. These confessions have been broadcasted on Al Masirah TV. The footage follows the Houthis' recent announcement of the network's arrest, accusing its members of long-term espionage and sabotage activities. The 17 detainees are UN employees. The Houthis allege direct ties of the detainees to the CIA. One individual, Amr al-Aghbari, says he held roles in the United States Embassy and the U.S. aid. He says his tasks included information gathering. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has urged the Houthis to release the detained employees. The U.S. ambassador to Yemen, Stephen Fagan, condemns the detentions. He is calling for the release of international staff and dismissing Houthis' claims as false accusations aimed at maintaining control. Nearly 2,500 Palestinians are unable to perform the Hajj pilgrimage this year. The closure of Rafah crossing and ongoing hostilities have stranded Gaza pilgrims. Pilgrims from Gaza represent 38% of Palestine's total pilgrims. The Palestinian Endowments Ministry spokesperson Ikrami al-Mudallal describes the situation as a clear violation of religious freedom. Saudi Arabia has hosted 8,000 pilgrims from families of those killed and wounded in Gaza. However, these pilgrims are residing outside the Gaza Strip. The pilgrims had left Gaza either due to war or for medical treatment. The ministry condemns the situation and is urging Israel to lift barriers for the civilians in Gaza. 3 prominent United Kingdom human rights organizations have been granted permission to legally challenge the government's approval of arms sales to Israel. This decision follows a petition initiated by the Global Legal Action Network and the Palestinian rights group Al-Haq. Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, and Oxfam have joined the challenge. Over 100 export licenses were issued between October and May. Recent reports reveal the United Kingdom government has not revoked any arms export licenses to Israel. Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International argue their expertise is crucial in evaluating whether these arms sales comply with international law. The government claims that Israel adheres to legal obligations. The case is set for an expedited hearing in October. A Coca-Cola advertisement in Bangladesh has stirred controversy. The 60-second advertisement is receiving backlash for factual inaccuracies and its alleged insensitivity. The advertisement dispels claims linking Coca-Cola to Israel and instead claims the presence of the brand in Palestinian territories. Despite criticism, Coca-Cola reinstated the ad after briefly removing it from online platforms. Coca-Cola is amongst the companies listed in the boycott, divest, and sanction movement. In the past 8 months, the sales of the brand have declined by 23% in Bangladesh. Coca-Cola denies any connection to Israel. Tajikistan is implementing formal legislation to ban the Islamic hijab. The draft law is expected to pass through parliament and gain presidential approval. The move follows years of unofficial suppression. Authorities have effectively enforced bans in schools and workplaces and removal of the facial of Muslim men. The Tajik parliament has endorsed amendments targeting attire deemed foreign to Tajik culture. Hefty fines have been proposed for violators. Similar actions have been taken in the neighboring country, Uzbekistan. Thank you for watching. Muslim Network TV is launching a new program, This Hijabi Life. You can stay updated by visiting our YouTube channel. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on our broadcast or visit muslimnetwork.tv to donate now, so we can continue to amplify the voices of Muslims in Canada and abroad. Assalamu alaikum.